My name is Thea Boodhoo, and I work at AKQA San Francisco, and my talk is called UX for Aliens. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you might design for a user that you know absolutely nothing about. Here's one idea that I've been thinking about lately, and when you've got a website or an experience of any kind, like part of a website maybe, or even like a form, what you've got there is a machine, right? You've got a machine, a tool that's taking one kind of force and turning it into another kind of force, the basic function of a machine. And with the website and user experience, what you're doing is thinking about the user as a force for making that machine work. So on one end, you're putting in the user force and getting out the action force, possibly the money force, or whatever it is that you're trying to get on your end out of that website. So that's on a very technical, kind of mechanical way. One way I've been playing around with what user experience design really is designing to make use of this force that is a user. There's all kinds of other definitions out there, but that's the newest one that I've come up with. So content strategy is part of the user experience field in the way that information architecture is. They both kind of come from a similar place, and user experience in a big way evolves to encompass information architecture and content strategy and a few other things, interaction design. So the content strategy, what I often do in my work, in collaboration with the rest of my user experience team, who sometimes specialize in interaction design, or we do a lot of wireframes together. What I'll do is work through the larger ecosystem and the architecture of the content and working out the journey that a user goes through as they're interacting with this website and the information in it, which is key, because I'm not just working on, like our interaction designers do, how they're functionally getting through and navigating this, but I'm working on how they're navigating the information itself and making sure that when they leave one paragraph, they're prepared for the next paragraph, and when they go to a video, they're going to understand what's coming after that, and when they link off to a page, the thing that told them about the page they're linking off to was good enough to A, get them to link, and then B, let them not be surprised when they get there. At least not surprised in a bad way. For user experience, we'll often do user testing, and we'll be able to set up, like science, it's science basically. We'll form some hypotheses, and we'll set up a couple of experiments. We'll say, ask a user to perform a task and see if they're doing it the way we expect, or what they're doing differently, or what it seems like they expect that we didn't offer, and see what kind of changes we can make to accommodate that. So for usability testing, that's pretty easy to do remotely. We have like third-party clients that we have run these tests. We just send them the questions, and you can do it real easily just on the fly. If you have a working prototype, you go over to like a coworker who's not familiar with the project and be like, to do this for me, and just watch them. And that often will work, and it's free. So that's great. But with content, it's a little trickier because you have to have someone who's interested in the content the way that the user would be. And you have to have them actually read it, or actually play the video, or go through it, or fill out the form, or whatever. And that's not as easy to come across as... You have to have someone who's actually in the right mindset to start. So it's a little bit trickier, and there's not always a real good way to test for that. So a lot of it works as a combination kind of traditional usability testing, and then going back to sort of the way we did it as advertising copywriters, which is how I started out, where you just kind of know that you've done a lot of research on your user and you understand your target market, and you try really hard just to know what you're doing, because you can't always test that. I'd like people to do user experience for aliens. Yeah. I'll get into what that really means in the talk, but I definitely would love to see someone try to, build an iPad app for an octopus or something afterwards. That would be incredible to me. Yeah, that's something I would love to work on.